find a win any means necessary. That is the objective of today. A little bit of a spoiler for the last episode, but welcome back, guys, to the Nottingham Forest Career Mode, episode number 3 of season number 2, and three huge games today, should I say, along with a huge day at the end of it. As I go to calendar, you will see straight away, jumping into this one, the horrific results of the start of the season. Only one win, a 3-2 win against the worst team in the EFL. Yes, I'm saying that as a Grimsby Town fan, as we start off with Millwall away at the Den. We're going to play all three of these. Away at the Amex in the FA Cup. No, not the FA, Carabao. Always start these videos off rough. The round, of course, after Scunthorpe. And then at home to Brighton. So we can feel them out in that game, then play them again in the league, where we must pick up points. You will see where we sit in the league right here. We sit in 23rd, 2 points above the rivals, which is the only positive right there, although they have a game in hand, I think, against Sunderland, who are also in the relegation zone, but we must jump out of those positions. We must. I apologise if this isn't the start you expected, but it's the start you're getting as we start off with a loan deal as well for a player I want to get out on loan. Good start. Manfred Elgato, he's now turned 20 and he's not really getting any first team football. I'm going to try and opt for a short-term loan. If not, I'll accept a year. I don't want 2 years. I want to see if I can use this guy when he gets back. But the Costa Rican has not found his way into the starting 11 with this team. And speaking of, I'm going to make it straight away. It looks like Sunderland did beat Derby as well, which is perfect. Beating the rivals who are below us. As Parkin's gone out on loan as well to Real Oviedo. All heading to Spain as Millwall are in 8th. They're not going to be a pushover, but I thought long and hard about this team before starting this episode, and this is what we're going with. It's Horvath in goal. We've got Drager, Worrell, McKenna and Colwill, Brennan Johnson, Ryan Yates, Brian Ojeda and Jed Wallace against his former club right here who let him go, with Carvalho in Cam and then Jonas Wind in ST. We need to get the win here by any means necessary. We were beaten by Borough, luckily, to a penalty in the first couple of minutes from them. Let's get the result at the Den. And let's have a look at their team. It's Bartosz Białkowski in goal, Malon Romeo at right back with Murray Wallace, Sean Hutchinson, Jed Cooper and Scott Malone, the ex-Derby man, in a 5 at the back with George Saville and Evans in the midfield, Mahoney, Bodvarsson, the Czech striker, and Mason Bennett up front. Okay team. They may be in 8th, but this is a game that I feel like we can get the win in. So we're going to try and hopefully put on some early pressure, not absorb it. However, when we start bright, we always end really rough. So we'll let them pass it around for a bit and get on this counter. Today it is only the result that matters. There's an early tackle there from George Saville, ex-Borough, who of course just beat us right there as Mason Bennett gets tackled by Mohamed Drager there though, as Jed Wallace, the ex-Lion himself, drilling inside. That's a good run from Wallace. Gives it to Carvalho, who's tackled facing his own goal. That's absolutely shocking from the Portugueser, as now they're going to come forward. It's Evans, dodgy touch, Ryan Yates with the tackle. It's a bit of a nitty-gritty start, as you expect, away at Millwall, as Brian Ojeda with a bit of a run through the middle right here. Can he find a man out wide? He can. Uses Carvalho. Carvalho to whip it in. It goes over Wind. And not to, I think, Brennan Johnson at the far post. I'll address it early on in this episode, even though there's nothing showing it right now. I have put Joe Worrell back as captain. You guys were screaming at me, literally, in the comments for that to happen, so I listened. If I don't listen first time, scream at me, it'll get my attention. As Wind with a pass straight over to Jed Wallace. Wallace with a chip over the top to Carvalho. Now onto Brian Ojeda, onto Jed Wallace again. Can't get his pass off, but this is good football. It's almost all played in the Millwall half, as this is a great run, I think, from McKenna, as he's going to whip in a ball. Is it? Yes, it is. Scott McKenna gets another chance at it. Jonas Wind to Białkowski. Not the best of shots, however, we keep this pressure on them. You can see the boys are low in confidence. You really can. We're getting in their faces, but we don't know what to do with the ball, really. We're still not gelled, as Bodvarsson always took a good touch around Joe Worrell right there, and we could be in trouble. Need to try and get back with McKenna. Good block by actually Levi Colwill, who got back himself as Brennan Johnson. That's terrible. He's not had a good start to this game. Into Bodvarsson now, took the man out in the middle. Not even an advantage though, as Mason Bennett loses it again onto Brian Ojeda. Now onto Jonas Wind. Turns out he's going to go down this wing as well as Jonas. He's got really no support and a terrible back heel. We are so sloppy on the ballers. Oh, it's a handball. I can't help them kind of things, as now it's going to be, I'm guessing, Bodvarsson who can strike a ball. No, it's George Saville takes a shot. Oh, I've had to dive for it, but it is, I'd say, an easy save for him. But now we counter. Come on, boys. This is what I said we need to do. It's all about the result. Never mind how we play. And Jed Wallace getting at his old teammates. Has to cut inside. Waits for the pass into Ojeda. That's good work from him. Ojeda goes backwards. He's not put a foot wrong, has he? As it's into Jonas Wind. Jonas Wind through the gap to Brennan Johnson, who does not set off. Brennan Johnson is not impressing. I hate to say that, but when I put you in the team for a reason, to be better than Joe Lolly, I'd expect you to deliver, as this is a good chance for delivery. It's Jed Wallace into Wind. High foot, surely, but of course they don't get given in FIFA. Stupid handballs do, though. There's no handball rule that's really nullified, as that's half-time. Colwell gets the ball, but we have the break. 0-0 at the Den. A draw isn't a bad result away from home at Millwall, but it's not what we're after. I've got a random weird feeling about this second half. A good one as well. Hopefully that doesn't backfire on me, as a good header away from McKenna. Millwall starting off with a chance, but we can run away with it right here. And it's Ojeda, who I do trust on the ball. He's been very, very comfortable when running around. I do like the look of him, as Jed Wallace has Wind running into the box. It's a good cross, that one, across the ground, but no one can really get there in the end. But George Saville doesn't really have anywhere to go. Has to go back to the left back, or left wing back, as Millwall trying to get an attack off. Bodvarsson with it right here. He goes to try and chip one over Levi Colwill. Easy block in the end, as Wind's going to try and run away with it right here. And can this be a good ball returning to Wallace? It can, as Wallace is going to run down this line. He's always got the better of his man, Scott Malone in this case, but no one is ever in the centre. Wind's always far behind, supporting him. We need his midfield to do a little bit more. Of course, I've put Ojeda in. It's been good on the ball, but not in terms of utilising it. But he's not got the chance. He needs support. Yates, Brennan Johnson, I'm looking to them two up top, who I need more from us. Ojeda can't whip that one over. Possible handball, but Colwell to run it right now. The left back, what can he do? He's got Wind in front of him. Plays it round the corner. Jonas Wind on the angle. What a save from Biakowski. Really, really good. As Jurgen Lacardi is going to come on for Wind. I think he's just a bit tired, Jonas, so I'll give him a rest. And we've got the corner. McKenna was up for it, didn't get his head on it, but it falls to Berian Ojeda, who's going to try and run inside. Ojeda still going to the byline, crosses it in. Good ball. No one there. That's a shame, as we've cut the attack off straight away. We've got plenty of men forward. Let's keep this momentum up, but what a poor pass from João Carvalho, who has not had a great game at all. To say he's one of the highest rated players now, as Joe Worrell gets his tackle in, just past that forward. Jed Wallace. Oh dear, just would like to see us more comfortable, as that's a good pass around the corner though. Bodvarsson has a man in the middle now. He gets it to Mason Bennett. It's a 1-2 in our own box. Don't let them get the shot off. McKenna with a tackle. And Ojeda pokes it out. Now Carvalho onto Wallace, who's going to switch it. There's only 10 minutes left. 10 minutes. This game's gone quite quick in this second half, as now Ryan Yates blasts one down the line. This is a good ball onto Brennan Johnson, but no one in the middle. Come on, Lacardia. I do need help as a backup, as past that there. It's gone into Levi Colwill, who's going to whip one in. Lacardia at the front post. It's double come off in. It's going to be a goal kick. It's now Bodvarsson. Just keep strong at the back. I mean, there's only 5 minutes left, and we do want to try and score, but we don't want to concede as well. A draw at the Den is probably the best place we're going to get a draw this season. One of the places you don't mind one. The atmosphere is rather scary, to say it myself, in normal words, as Lacardia is making a good run though. João Carvalho has reached him. Jurgen, what can you do? Just hold that up. Gets his pass off to Joe Lolly now on the field. We've got some fresh faces. Can Lolly do something good with the ball? He passes it back into Ojeda. That's surely a foul. Nothing for going through the back of our player. Nothing. That's shocking refereeing. But it is a 0-0 draw to start the episode off with Millwall at the Den. Like I said about 5,000 times, it's a good result away from home, but not what we need in the circumstances. Just unlucky. Just unlucky, as his manager rating's going up. It's got the downwards arrow, but it's gone to 80 rated. Don't understand that, as I'm still looking into the free agents and everything, still trying to find one of those players that just gets us. As Ulgalde's had a 1 year accepted, right, that's alright. And Nuno da Costa, after accepting the Braga move, he's never actually left. He rejected because he couldn't reach an agreement on loan terms. Okay, it says that just above the offer from Elche, which we will accept. Nuno da Costa. Not really a future here, and not really a future past this game against Brighton Hove Albion, our first big test, I've got to say, as we are going to rotate the team. I want to see how they are, but also I want to give some of our second rotational players a chance, because of course we move on to a game against them in the league next time out, where I would rather have my strongest team. So we need a winger. I don't really want to play Jerry Yates. We'll go Sunday Silva, perfect. As it's going to be Horvath in goal again. Yeah, we're going to keep him for both competitions this year. Jenkinson, Ibaso, Worrell and Williams at the back, with Joe Lolly, Adam Forshaw, Cafu and Sunday Silva, with Rogic in cam and Jurgen Locadia up front. Wynn's not benched at all for this one. He needs to learn from his quite off games at the moment, and also keep fit for the league game. Need a result. Need a result. Brighton's team. Roberto Sanchez, or Robert Sanchez, Joel Veltman, Tariq Lamptey, Shane Duffy, Leo Ostergaard and Solly March. They've gone full strength. And I'm guessing, yep, 5 at the back. Yves Basuma, under controversy of course, Mwepu and Alzate, with Niang and Delario up front. So they've got new strikers in town. Apart from that, I'd say it's a very strong team, as they're in the carrier bag kit. If you just look at the back of the shirt, it looks like they've got handles over the shoulders. I am not a fan. Saying that, we have one that makes us look like a Starburst packet, as now we're going to try and defend straight away. I think it's going to be a long game here at the coast, before of course we drive back up to Nottingham with them as well, as they're going to start off with the attacking, as they've come down this side of the box. Either so, with a good foot in and a corner ball for the Seagulls straight away. Can we defend this? Whipped in, easy header away, and we've headed it straight into another person's arm. Adam Forshaw heads it into Cafu. I think that's the second one Cafu's gave away as well. I think he did it against, can't remember the other team, but can we save it? We can, okay. Okay, at least it's not a horrific start. It's not going to be the same as Borough, as... Geez, Worrell, what are you doing? Horvath saves us again right there. Bring him out for the corner a little bit, as we'll try and get this out of our box for once. As Duffy off the line from Ben Williams. Brighton putting everything at this, as it's back to him again, and it's in the back of the net. What a start from Brighton. And we have been made to pay. Alario scores. Seagulls in front. Now, 9 minutes in FIFA's not a long time, but it's felt like a long 9 minutes right there. Every single thing Brighton did, there was attacking with. And it's ended up with them finishing it into the back of the net. Worrell mistake, Cafu mistake. Horvath, I'd say that's a mistake. It is really a Sabri Lamucci story, and I absolutely hate saying that, but unless we pick it up, I don't see any promise with this team at the moment. We've definitely got to make some signings, as now Cafu with it in the middle. He gives it to Tom Rogic. He's got support on this side from Joe Lolly, though. This is our first attack. Keeps it in. Man arriving. Cafu! Good save, Sanchez. Very good save from the Spaniard, as we're going to whip this in. At least there's promise on our end. Rogic over the top. Better attack that than the whole game against Millwall, and that was our first one, as Niang, I've got to say, is diving. Look at that. He's getting onto the linesman, but went down a bit easy for my liking, as we're going to switch that across. Cafu into Zande Silva, the Portuguese, linking up right there, as now Tom Rogic to run through the middle. That's a good run. Spreads it out wide to Zande Silva, who has to cut back now. Into Cafu again. Now onto Rogic. Rogic round the corner. Zande with a good turn. Still tackled. However, Forshaw with a bit of pressure as Rogic gets the ball. Locadia. Now, I don't regret signings this early on when I've made them, but Jurgen Locadia is just not putting the effort in that I expect from a Nottingham Forest player, as they've got a player down as well, but we're still trying to attack. Going through that gap, and the whistle is blown. It's going to be Alario, the goal scorer, who needs treatment. Get well soon. And Neil Maupay has to come on. I mean, I don't understand why they didn't start with Neil Maupay. Really proven at this level, of course, and a great striker for even the Premier League, as Yves Basuma tackled straight away. Falls to Carl Jenkinson. They've got another man down right here, and it's another stoppage in play. We were kind of through as well there, and it's Basuma. Another injury. Mason Holgate to come on, so at least they made 2 subs. I mean, that's the only positive. You never like to see players get injured, as Zande Silva with a pass into Tom Rogic straight away onto Adam Forshaw at fault for the penalty, but we're going to keep on attacking down this right hand side. It's spread it out to Jenkinson, who has to slide to keep it in. Pass into Zande Silva. Man on the edge of the box is Cafu, who goes for it. And he's had our 2 best chances. Good save, Sanchez. This is an okay performance, even though we're losing. As can we get his head on that? No. Leo Ostergaard to put it away, but it falls straight into Joe Lolly's path. Now onto Forshaw again, looking for an angle. Has to play it Joe Lolly down the line, whipped him well. Ostergaard kind of got in the way of his own keeper. There's Tom Rogic drilling at them right here. Has to actually stop and hold it up as he gives it into Cafu. Cafu to the side of him, into Zande Silva. And can we find a cross at the end of this first half? It's a good cross. It's into Cafu. And he's missed it again. It's going to be a corner to end the first half off. But Cafu's got to score one of these. It's into him from the corner. No, it isn't. It's fallen again. March clears. And we were going to put it back in the mixer. But that's half time. 1-0 to the Seagulls. I mean, at least it gives us time to focus on the league, but it's only half-time, of course, but it's a really good performance. But we're not winning. It's very mixed. One thing I am going to do, though, before he goes out on loan, Elgato is going to come in for Lacardi. I've got to have words with him off the field. Not good at all. Striker against his old club has been non-existent. None, as now Alzate with a pass straight into Neil Morpie. We need to start off the second half brightly if we're going to get anything, as they've got an attack straight away though. Niang tries to spin us in the box. Adam Forshaw to clean up the mess as it's straight onto Tom Rogic there with a good skip away, but still no supporting runs. However, it's to Carl Jenkinson. Jenkinson tries to get a bit of a run down the line going, but not really anyone in front of him. Get out of Rogic's way. I'm going to switch this out wide to Joe Lolly. Of course it is, as Lolly needs an option himself. Can't really find one. Goes to pass it in the middle, but what are we doing? It's so incredibly sloppy. It's clunky. I know I'm using low-rated players this FIFA, but it's against Brighton, who, yeah, they're good. They've just come down, but I think we should be doing better than we are doing, especially with the players that we've got, like Tom Rogic, as that's a good spread out wide. Olgalde into Joe Lolly. Joe Lolly's going to try and run the whole way around. It's a great ball. Oh, and a scorpion kick effort. But a great save from Sanchez just again. That's livened it up in front of the Forest fans. They are gutted that we didn't score that one, as it's going to go out to Zande Silva. At least the momentum's up in our favour a bit. Rogic tackled on the edge of the box. No foul. A solid march right here for the Seagulls. Tackled. Zande Silva gets it. Now it's forward to Forshaw. Now onto Olgald, as we need to look for a little gap somewhere, but there isn't one actually coming out to play, as now Joe Lolly goes around the houses, whips another ball in. Zande Silva this time challenging. Cleared straight away. And why is no one on the edge? Ryan Yates, Cafu. You're the midfielders, not centre-backs. You need to be out there, as we've got 20 minutes of this game left. And we are chasing a win. We need to get something back into this. It's win or lose. There's no draws. We just look so lethargic whilst playing. As it's going to be a whipped-in ball from Niang right here as well. Headed away from Cafu. No one on the edge, as Rogic now gets it, and Joe Lolly. Oh my, I've got to say that as well. I'm blaming Lacardia. Joe Lolly this season has been nothing apart from horrific, as that's horrific. We've been so good in this second half. Brighton make it 2. A shocking start to the season continues with a cup defeat. Neil Morpie, I mean, if you don't want anyone scoring against you, it's definitely not that man. He's just a menace, isn't he? I rate him for it, kind of. I know probably you guys won't, but I do rate him for it, but not in this circumstance, as Drew Yearwood has been introduced onto the field. What can Drew do? A little rhyme in there. Hopefully solves the crime, which has been our performance. Absolutely terrible not to have scored here, as Drew Yearwood running down the wing. Good little option. Good ball in the middle. What a finish from Rogic. Drew Yearwood off the bench with an assist. If only we could have done that a couple of minutes earlier, we wouldn't have had to try and get a comeback on us. Tom Rogic with an excellent strike. The Aussie might have worked his way back into the first team with that. Oh my days, good finish. Silence the Amex a little bit more, like we need. Hear the Nottingham fans sing. No Seagull chance going on right here, as there's still 8 minutes left. Can we get something? We should have them on the ropes, although are they just going to put misery on us right here with another goal? No, there's a blocking right there. Holgate onto Alzate, and I've just realised I've been saying Cherry Yates or Ryan Yates all game. He's not even on the field, is he? It's Forshaw, as Drew Yearwood with a tackle right there. Can't get the ball out though, so it's going to be them to come at us again. It's Holgate all the way back. 4 minutes. Get the press on. As Dieng though, onto Morpay right here, and game over. Never mind, never mind, never mind. We just can't do anything under pressure. Once the pressure's on, we crumble. Playoffs. Getting out of the relegation zone right here. the cup game. It's just when pressure comes, we crumble. Good goal from Neil Maupay. How we let him stand it up. Joe Worrell. I know you guys are screaming for him to be captain, but he's not captain material in my eyes. It says a leader of men. He's not proving and leading by example. He's having really bad clangers at centre-back. Scott McKenna is my favourite centre-back at the club at the moment, and I shouldn't say that as manager of this team, realistically, but I am not impressed by Joe Worrell, as, hang on, we've got a run on right here, though. Drew Yearwood. Run straight into Ostergaard, Steven Alzate to take it away, and that's full time. It's a defeat to Brighton Hove Albion in the first time we play them today. 3-1 in the cup. The only positive, we can focus on getting out of the absolute shit show in the league. Let's turn and face, as we're still in this zone right here. Cardiff join us. Derby still with 1 point. We have 3 draws, still 0 wins this season. As how far are we off the playoffs right here? I mean, I don't want playoffs, I want automatic, but they're on 9 points, so they're not running away from us just yet. Still, that's 2 wins for us and 2 losses away for them, which at the moment I can't see coming from anywhere. It's not a good performance, as Montpellier want Drew Yearwood on loan after that last performance. I think I'm just going to reject that offer after what I saw. I feel like he could be pushing it a little bit. I'm glad I made him. I got him as a sporadic, but I'm glad I made him a permanent signing straight away because he was looking good in that game. I guess you could say he was a bright spot from it as... Hang on. We've got 15.99 million. We need inspiration. In the 2 seconds that it's been from the last clip, I've just been thinking, inspiration from somewhere. There's only one man in there. Philippe Zinkenagel from last season, in his prime. If he will come back down to the Championship with the position we're in, he will be a fan favourite and hopefully lift this team a little bit. So, we'll approach to sign him. Of course, spent the whole last year in the first team for us, as his evaluation is very, very high. 10 million's a lot for him. We don't really want to break the bank as, well, they say no straight away for 10 million. I thought they'd talk about it, but no. Okay, that idea's out the window. I don't want to be spending that money. However, there's another player who's the same amount, years younger, and looks quite good. Of course, Nottingham Forest got this Portuguese thing going on at the moment in this career as well. Marcos Paulo from Atletico Madrid, 21-year-old. We're going to try and get him on a loan. If not, we'll approach to buy him. Can we get him on loan? No, we can't. Right. You know what we're doing. Looks very, very good. And this guy's evaluation is lower. Guessing because it's 2 ratings lower. We'll offer 10 million. Just don't walk away, as they want 20% release clause and 12 million. That's not that bad. Not that bad at all. We'll offer 13 million. They want 14.6. Simeone's actually come himself to try and agree with this. As 13.5. Getting this guy will be a steal in the Championship, as they've accepted it. 13.5 million. We could break the bank right here for an absolute steal for a player. Even though he is low rated at the moment, this guy has so much promise. We're going to negotiate straight away. Just don't be a flop, as we're going to have to give him crucial. Yep, he wants that. Accept it straight away. 4-year contract. Accept that, as well as disregard of release clause. And it's on to the wage, which will offer him the same what he's on now, or just a little bit less, because it's not Atletico Madrid. It's Forest, as they will accept it straight away. 24 million. 24k a week. Probably one of the highest at the club, but I will take that all day long. Paulo, welcome to the Forest. Hopefully you don't get lost in it, as let's have a look at him in the team. Joe Lolly and Brennan Johnson will let him down in performances. What a big signing this guy's been. An uplift, hopefully, in the league, as I don't think he's going to stay around for too long if we stay in the position we're in. Brilliant addition. As Brighton, how they proved to be in the last game by beating us, are top of the league, as we play them in the league right here. That's where we want to be. I'm saying that whilst we're 23rd after 5 games, but that is where we want to be. And this is the team that we're going to play. A debut straight away for one player. You know who it is. As it's Horvath in goal. Drager, Worrell, McKenna, Colwill, Marcos Paulo on that wing, with Yates, Ojeda and Wallace, Carvalho and Wind. The Portuguese boys hopefully will work together. It's all about Portuguese today. Let's get this win. What a result it will be if we can beat top of the league. What a way to start your campaign. Sanchez, Veltman, Lamptey, Edson Alvarez, the Mexican. Mason Hall getting solid march with Enyok and Mwepu in the midfield. Moda helping him. And Alzate with Nyang and Maupay starting. I wonder why. Yeah, just I think that cup game might have done it for him. Tipped the manager over the edge from going from, what was the other guy they were playing up front? It was Alario, who has of course picked up that injury. As we're starting on the front foot right here at the City ground. Come on. Let's make sure we stay that way. He's onside, is Jed Wallace. A good run. Men in the box. Terrible cross to start off the day with, but Jonas Wind had to set off right there. He didn't really. He might have put the pressure on the defender to do something if he had. As Carvalho running through here, right here. Carvalho making a save. Sanchez making a save, but putting the pressure on. I am so focused and so determined because I have the faith. After that last game with a little rotated 11, with our first team, we can get a result right here against the title's favourites. As come on, let's try and defend here though. We've got to defend when it matters. That's something we haven't been doing. Unbeaten in the league in one with that draw at Millwall. But we need to, of course, get better than that. As Carvalho now onto Marcus Paulo. As he's going to go around the corner. Good pass from the new guy. Yes, it is a good pass. Because Colwell's battled back for it. Levi Colwell whips one into Wind over his top. Now he runs too much or he doesn't run at all. No in between from the big man. As, oh, they've put a good ball through. And it's 1-0. Of course it is. Of course it is. It's a Mwepo with it. So, like, that's the first time they've touched the ball, honestly. Horrific defending. Horvath, I don't know if he's the one in the net for us. 1-0 Brighton straight away. Just absolutely sick of it. His first in 6 games. Why even show me that graphic then, if it's not a big occasion for him? As Paulo can't keep the ball right there as well. Straight onto Moda, who's going to keep it into Jonas Veltman, or Josh Veltman. I can't remember his name. I don't really care at the moment. I am absolutely vexed by that goal that's just gone in against us. Brighton did not deserve that. We did not deserve that. We've had a steady start, but now they've got a lot of players on this ball right here. Moda touched away onto Mwepo, onto Moda again as they've spun us right there. It's through to Niang. It's a ball around the corner. It's Ojeda, and it's a shot that needs to be saved. Honestly, what is happening to this football club? Receive it, Horvath. He's punched it. They've got an open net, but Jed Wallace is doing the defending. He's supposed to be our creative outlet. As it's now into Moda again, round the corner. It's going to be Niang with a chance to put it back in the box. Into Moda, blocked from Levi Colwell. And now we're going to try and pass it away. Carvalho, where is Wind? He's absolutely nowhere to be seen. But we're going to run down this line. Jed Wallace is in front. And that pass should have just been a simple one, but we've made it hard. Still kept it though. Drilled in the middle. Birian Ojeda. Now onto Jonas Wind. Ojeda again. Chipped over the top. Going to carry on attacking right here. We've got Marcus Paulo making a move through the middle. Shoot from range. Go for it. Oh, it's off the post. The new guy. He could have lit up the stadium with that. What a chance for him to make himself a big Forest player already. Putting us level against top of the league, but not to be. As Neil Morpay coming at us right here. It's in the middle. It's over the top from Mwepo. Right, it's not getting another one. We'll make sure of that as it's almost half time right here. We've got to get into the changing room and rethink our game plan right here as Jed Wallace running down the line. Keeps hold of it. Drager switches it across the middle into Ryan Yates. A good touch. Colwell down the line right here. This is good football. We just need to try and get something at the end of it. Get our reward as it's now into João Carvalho. He could go for a shot himself. Not going to. Going to opt for Ojeda instead. Ojeda trying to go around the houses. Run into a bit of danger. Wind still in the box somewhere. No handball. Oh, we've tried to force it, but nothing's given. 1-0 to Brighton at the break, and they do not deserve it. Got to try and get a comeback to work. Yeah, and by work, I mean not do what we're doing right here, because I'd say this is a comeback. We've come back from playing poorly to playing good, but we need to make ourselves better in terms of going in front of goal and actually getting shots off. It's terrible as Jed Wallace get onside. Come on, better than this please as Birian Ojeda running through. Jonas Wind in front of him. Terrible ball. The Mexican's going to easily get to that. Signed it from Ajax. Good centre-back as now Jed Wallace round the corner though. This is João Carvalho. He's got Wind in the middle. Opts for him. Alvarez is going to be he's not one of the best centre-backs to come up against when you've got a tall player. He is very experienced at just popping the ball away. As Mason Holgate, a good player. Don't know how they've got him. And Niang with a chance to shoot right here. And I'm just going to keep on speaking and just I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to react. Brighton have had 2 shots all game. They've had 2 shots all game and they've made us pay for it. Look at that. Everyone stands off him in the box and just blasted home into that top corner. Niang will be happy with that. Brighton will be ecstatic they're staying top of the league. Sinking our hopes and dreams. As now Drager passes it inside to Yates. Yates battling off his man. Get off of him! Yates has let out a bit of frustration, because I did, of course, as he was just grappling hold of me and I couldn't get away from him right there. As now Connolly running down this wing. Good tackle from McKenna. And it's going to be their throw-in, as they've only just had more possession. I don't have a clue how they have. We've dominated proceedings right here, as it's ball onto Connolly right here. Sweaties it across and Neil Maupay is going to score because Mohamed Drager doesn't know how to follow a man. 3-0. Yeah, we've got to get signing. Got to get signing. It's either signing or sack. No in between at the moment. And the Seagulls are just completely outvoicing the Forest fans right here, as they should be with the scoreline. And that should have been another one. Florian Andun off the bench. And what they've done to us is give their worst striker to us, and we're still subbing him on. Lacadia comes on with a little bit of time to go in this game. What a terrible signing he was, as he's back heeling it. He's back heeling it when we're 3-0 down, trying to look flary, as that's just not sinking well with me. Club's in turmoil, and he's thinking he's the skill goddess. That's a good tackle on undone from Scott Worrell. Scott Worrell, Joe Worrell. I'm mixing my centre-backs together. I don't remember who's who at the moment, as now Solly March. Round the corner onto Florian Andun in the middle. It's Steven Alzate. He's chipped as keeper. Paolo's clearing the winger, but no one's picking up the spare man in the middle, and it is 4 at the City ground to the away side. I don't care that they're top of the league. The scoreline should never get to 4. This is a very dark, dark day in the history of Nottingham Forest. One we will hopefully get to look at again when we're doing well at some point. But if we ever get to that point again, without, of course, it being a different manager in charge, I will never know. Graham Potter will be happy with his team. I'm definitely not with mine, as the game's about to finish. Just 3 added minutes. Can we get 1 goal back? It's crossed in. Joel Veltman, the man heading away. We tried to get there again, and that's the full-time whistle. You can hear the boos, the roars of excitement from the Seagull fans, but the boos are what stick in my head and might force me out this club. A 4.5 rating for Joe Worrell, our captain. Does that say enough? I think it kind of does. I mean, we're not the only big team struggling at the moment. Derby's a kind of big team, but they're bottom of the league. Cardiff, who were in the Premier a bit ago. Bournemouth as well. But we are really drifting. 10 points QPR are on. We're on, what, 3? Yep, still on 3, so 7 points away from the playoffs. I don't know why I'm looking at the playoffs, really. I should be looking at survival. Rotherham, we should be swapping places with them. At least 11 points. That's really good for the Millers, as it's not good from us. Still, we've got deadline day to go on to, and we've got to get this bloody right. As I'm looking at this team right here, and I'm thinking, what can we do? First thing, I think I'm going to go for a formation change. It's something I think we need to do at the moment, and I'm not going to go for that holding midfield. I'm going to go for 2 holding ones, and Carvalho splitting, so no true centre mid. Maybe go for that, get us players a bit more forward, because Wynn's got no support in the last couple of games. We did it last season with right midfielder and left midfielder, but this season it's feeling like it has to be wingers. So I'm going to opt for that. Is Ojeda more attacking? No, he's more defensive, isn't he? So yeah, I'll play him in the defensive role with Ryan Yates, Carvalho just in front, if all these players stay. As for the bench, I brought in a backup striker right there. I think I need a new backup striker. He might go to 3rd choice. Sorry, Taylor, but I think you're maybe not in this squad no more. Same with Joe Lolly, to be honest. Really not impressed with how he started the season. Terrible form. Same with Brennan Johnson, to be fair. Rogic has been okay. Cleverly started it off rough. We just need new players. I'm looking through the academy right here, and I think, to be fair, this academy run has been quite good. Ezri Barber, another one. Let's have a look at the players we've just selected from this academy. And oh, we've got 63 rated in there. Ethan Weston, the goalkeeper. Okay, goalkeeper's a position we could do with someone in the future. Looking at Ezri Barber again. Makes me want to release him straight away, which I'm going to do. But a keeper. Okay. Just give it a couple of seasons. We might be able to keep at least 1 clean sheet. So have we done this profit thing? We haven't. We haven't done the profit thing. I don't know if you're actually going to do the profit thing ever, as we need to sign one crucial player to a defensive position. We've signed 2 of the youth development things. As long as we complete everything else, we should be fine for the job. But I do want to get automatic promotion as well. But I'm just saying, at the moment, it doesn't look quite good. As we're into deadline day, Williams got a position change. I don't care. Care about players coming in. And deadlines day is going to be a bit tricky, as because I've just forgot about the money that we spent on, of course, Marcos Paulo. We're down to 2 million. Alrighty then. I mean, we've got to try and get players out. That was not a good Jim Carrey impression as well. As you can see, there's been moves being made around the ground. As look, no one spent anything. No one spent anything. Only players going out. And wait for us. 2 million. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? It's just going to say massive 15 million. Yep. The big spenders. Right at the bottom. Not what you like to see. But before the time slows down completely, I'm going to get the player I wanted to. It's not a defensive player to a crucial position. Still got January. It's a goalkeeper. Horvath, I said, I'm not impressed by. So Jack Butland. Hear me out. It wasn't really that great in the Championship with Stoke a couple of seasons ago, but he was once a really good keeper. And if we can bring him back to that form a little bit, we should be fine. 2.5 million, we'll pay for him. Leaves us with absolutely no money, but I'm sure in January we're going to get some bids in for some players at least, aren't we? As an important squad role goes to Jackie Butland. 3-year contract. We will sign him on. That's good. We'll accept the release clause of nothing straight away. And we'll give him that clean sheet bonus. If he keeps 15, he can bloody have the money. Jack Butland. High aspirations right there with his clean sheet bonus. But welcome to Forest. Easy business. And that might complete the business for this window. Of course, we're struggling. So we're not going to get the best of players in straight away. We've got a huge squad. We can thin the numbers in January. But we need all the numbers at the moment to try and guarantee a couple of results. So we'll go with that as his main team. Only 2 weak players in there. Apart from Ajeda's rating. But he's a good player. Apart from his rating. And Colwill. Apart from his rating as well, them 2 players are amazing. The Premier League quality team around them, we should be doing better. As Bruges have put in a loan to buy for Drew Yearwood, I will reject that. I am a big fan at the moment as Ajax have put in a bid for Captain Joe Worrell though. And this is a little bit of an interesting one. I'm going to negotiate it. If we can get loads of money. I know it's an English player going abroad, but it's the captain who's really struggling at the moment. 8.9 is a lot for Ajax to pay. 6.7 is what they're going to sit at. But you really could do with the money, and I hate to say that, as they're going to say 7.5 million is accepted. You might hate that. You might hate that, but just look at where we are in the league, and it's Ajax, a Champions League club coming for a player in the relegation battle in the Championship. I hate to do it myself. I think it can come good at one point, but if that goes through, we've lost the captain. It is over. Deadline day. Did it go through? The transfer talks broke down as River Plate want Mohamed Drager as well. Don't think that's a step up. The Argentinian league's a long way to travel. It's even further from Tunisia. So we've got the report for the month. Still them same players I put on development plans, but that's January over. We bought a goalkeeper and a very promising winger today. Hopefully he lives up to the promise. This is a good team. This is enough to get out of this division the right way through the table. Upwards, not downwards. So we've got to improve this league form. Just thank you guys for watching this rather awkward episode. Good signings, terrible results against Brighton. But a good one against Millwall. Not every team in the league is top of the league, and Brighton's quality. So hopefully we can turn this around. Like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well, so you do not miss an episode in the future, as I will see you all for the next one on the channel. Take care, in a bit, and peace.